Let everybody get in here. Good morning. Hello, Red Wave. Welcome to Beware Bulldogs podcast. My name is Caleb Nail. This is the podcast where we talk Fresno State sports. Today we're recapping the big win the Dogs had on the island against Hawaii. The last one that is scheduled. The last game against Hawaii that is scheduled. The foreseeable future. And good riddance because things get weird on the island, on the football field. Morning, Derek. Thanks for joining in, man. Let me do the business while I'm here before I forget. Mondays, 5:30 a.m. This is what we do. We go live. YouTube X. We're on YouTube, Beware Bulldogs podcast. And we're on X, Beware_Bulldogs. Follow me on X, Caleb_Nail. And what else we got? I think that's it. We just have a good time. Hang out, subscribe, do all that stuff on YouTube, do all the fun stuff. And then tell a friend. Okay, what we're going to do is I want to touch on a couple things and then some headlines, some numbers, so that you can understand the game and what happened if you weren't able to watch it, because I talked to a couple people and it was really difficult to figure out what was going on, how to view the game. It was very difficult to find out how to view the game. And so some people just didn't tune in, weren't able to. Now, if you have, ironically, DirecTV, which there's got to be like 1% of people that are Fresno State fans that have DirecTV still. You can watch it on DirecTV on Spectrum Sports. You could also watch it on the Mountain West app, but only on your phone. So that's what I did, and then cast it to the TV. But Grandma called me trying to figure out how to watch, and I thought, oh boy, they're not going to be able to figure it out. They still had DirecTV, so they got it. My parents, on the other hand, no luck for them. But that's been a common issue. We had that game, and there was another game. It was was it the Oregon State game on the CW, where the CW app had some problems? We got to figure out how to get the Fresno State football games to be more accessible, especially if, moving to the Pac-12. We want to grow the fan base. We just have to do a better job of, and I know it's not us, it's these other places, but everybody talks about viewership. We got to get our viewership ratings up, numbers up. And then these apps and these places have so many problems. Channels. Like, what are we doing? Let's figure this out. Derek watched on the phone. Happy for the win. This game had the best officiating of all time. James is being sarcastic. Welcome in, James. And Mendoza, get IPTV. I don't know what that is, but good morning, Mendoza. Some quick headlines on the game, and I think we could start with officiating since James brought it up. James listened to the game. The officiating was poor. There were, I think the big one was the forward pass that was ruled a fumble. It was clearly a forward pass. I don't know how that one was not overturned. It was there, and there were other things throughout the game, but as the game progressed, and even before the game started, I would say that we all agree that Fresno's not getting any of those calls, especially if that's a Mountain West officiating crew. The teams that are leaving are not going to get any of those calls. And I have a feeling it's straight from the top. We know we're not going to get those calls. We're definitely not getting those calls on the island. And the fact that we fought through that is huge for us. That we learned a lot, and I think we got better because of it. So you know, but I don't think we should expect anything less than that. Oh, I should mention the final score. Huh? I always forget about that. Fresno State wins 23-21. Bulldogs defense looked vulnerable, but they were the reason we won. They looked much better, but they were still looked vulnerable. The offense is what really struggled. The O-line could not get a push up front. We struggled running the ball. I thought EJ was very efficient. I liked what I saw from EJ. But I thought our O-line struggled. Now, Hawaii's front seven are good, and they've been good all season. But for EJ to be the leading rusher is not good. Rayshawn Luke was next with 34 yards. EJ had 38 on 5 carries. Rayshawn had 34 on 9 carries. Bryson Donaldson carried the ball 15 times. He carried the ball the most. And it says here he was credited with 1 yard. A glitch? No way. And he had the touchdown. And then Brandon Ramirez had 2 carries for -1 yards. For a total in team rushing of 65 yards. 65 yards on the ground. Bryson Donaldson with 1 yard. Rayshawn Luke with 34. So they combined for 35 yards. Well, if you throw in Brandon Ramirez to the mix, they combined for 34 yards. And EJ ran farther than all of them, 38 yards. What's going on, Aiden? Good morning. Mendoza D, EJ won the game too. He was forced to pass and was efficient doing it. Yeah, I agree. I was very curious to see how this team would respond when we're not able to move the ball on the ground. And I thought we did just fine. And that's why I was preaching after the Oregon State game, do not freak out about EJ. He's good. He's efficient. He's smart. He's probably one of the smartest quarterbacks we've ever had. Don't pay too close attention to the touchdown interception ratio. And on the preview for this game, we talked about keys to the game, and EJ just needed to be efficient and not turn the ball over, and he did that. Now, the refs did everything they could to get the ball in Hawaii's hands. But EJ was 22 for 29 with 230 yards and a touchdown. That's perfect. And we won the game. Right? Of course, we can always go back and we can assess the 7 throws that he missed, and people will do that. They're going to remember those 7 and the fumble that shows up on the stat sheet. But if you watch the game, I thought he was very efficient. He was smart with the ball for the most part and made good decisions, threw guys open. I liked what I saw from him. And receiving stats, well, I'll tell you, Cam Beecham led the way in yards with 84 yards on 2 receptions. He had the long, 64-yarder down the sideline. Ezekiel Avit led the team in receptions with 5 for 46. Josiah Freeman, 3 for 22. Richie Anderson, 2 for 17 and a touchdown. Rayshawn Luke had 3 receptions for 17 yards. Jordan Brown had 1 for 15. Jaleel McClain had 1 for 11. Bryson Donaldson had 4 for 11. And Jordan Malauulu had 1 for 7. We spread the ball around. And you know me, if you've been here before, you know I like seeing 8 guys on this list. And he had 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 guys. 9 different receivers caught the ball. I like that. Because what it says is, well, one, it speaks to the coaching and their play calling. And I know there's some people that were a little frustrated with the play calling. I don't know if you can be. Here's my thoughts on the play calling. Is I think you really have to stick to the game plan with a team like this. You don't want to immediately throw the running game out the window, even though it's not working. Right? We still ran the ball 31 times. And I'm okay with that. I think you have to do that. You have to keep them honest. You got to keep the defense honest. Now, how we scheme guys open and who gets involved is another story, but I like that there's 9 different guys that are on the field catching a pass from EJ. And that also speaks to EJ going through progressions, looking at different guys, having chemistry with all these different guys, and getting the ball there. So I think it says a lot when you can throw to 9 different guys and they catch the ball, and 8 out of the 9 had over 10 yards. EJ, he averaged 8 yards a pass, a completion. So I'm very happy with all of that. Derek as well, happy with EJ's performance. Tim, good morning, Tim. Morning, Professor Nail. Oh boy. I don't know if I want to sound like that, Professor. I wouldn't mind getting paid like a professor, but good morning, Tim. Defensively, we saw the game plan, and we talked about it on the preview. We needed to get after Alejado, and we did. We brought pressure almost every snap, it seemed like. And we got pressure on him almost every snap. I don't know if you noticed, a lot of low hits, a lot of hits below the knees even. Jazon Jacks got one. Corey Freeman, I think, got a lick on him. College football, legal. And the poor quarterback, Alejado, for Hawaii. The dude took hit after hit after hit, and he kept getting back up. I am questioning everything that's going on in my life if I'm taking hits from our D-line, those big boys like that. And our Linebackers brought a lot of pressure as well. And that pressure led to 3 interceptions. 2 of them that I can remember being directly because of pressure. Tavion's pick 6, Tavion Thunderbird, pick 6, Alzonian Hamilton's pick. Those are the 2 that I remember that I would say we forced Alejado into quick decision making, and he made the wrong decision. Key to our game, force the young quarterback, and as Mendoza says, small guy too. Yes, and that plays a role. Force them into quick decisions, make the wrong one, and we're there. 2 big-time interceptions that changed the game. I agree, Derek. Alejado was impressive. I appreciate the toughness, right? And you know you're going to get that from Hawaii. So I was really happy with the way that our defensive coaching staff set this up. Bring a ton of pressure, and I think we saw our defense has been getting better. Our guys were in the right position to make plays. Thunderbird also led the way in total tackles with 8. I'm really liking Simeon Harris. He had the play at the end of the game to break up the 2-point conversion when they went to tie the game. Great play. Did it without roughing interfering with the wide receiver. Jaden Pearson had 7 tackles. Finn Claypool had a sack. So did Lafite and X, the gentleman who I can never pronounce his name, Rahouti Expera, and Ryan Wilson. We had 4 sacks. We had a pick 6. Ryan Wilson, lights out, played lights out as well. Honorable mention from him. Yeah, I agree. He looked good. Our defense was exciting. And, there's this feeling around our team that is different from past years. And not saying the past years were bad, but this feeling, there's just a different feeling, a different culture around the team, as there should be, because it's a different coaching staff, a lot of different players. But the fight that's in this team just seems different. And for the better. It just feels like there's more fight in them. And there's a lot of heart in this team. And I like that. I really like that. I think this team is a great representation of the Fresno State football fan base. I really do. And it gets my blood pumping. I get excited. However, we've had 2 close games against Oregon State and Hawaii, 2 close wins, which also says something about this team. We're not, and Mendoza, actually, you hit it on the head. The different feeling is we're winning close games and not folding. You're exactly right. I was listening to Bemis, and he was talking about, he doesn't think we win these games in the past, these close games. I'm with him. I think the same thing. The fact that we're winning these games says something, these close games. Now, I don't want to be in these close games for much longer. I would like for us to figure it out. We need to blow out Nevada. So, bye week this week. Next game's against Nevada. We should blow them out. It's not a good football team. We need to run all over them. And you're going to hear me talk about running all year long, probably the rest of my life, to be honest, because I love the running game. But when the running game is successful, it opens a lot of things up. And when that is your identity, you need it to work. So Oh, we'll talk. We'll talk Nevada when we get there. Let's enjoy this one really quick. Let me get to. Let me see if I wrote some things down. No, I just wrote Simeon Harris. I enjoyed Simeon Harris. I really did. I think he's a great player for us. Let's get to the social media side of things, what you guys said. Reminder, you follow us on Instagram, Beware Bullets Podcast, and X Beware_Bulldogs. And immediately after the game, I put these things up. And we get your instant reaction to it. John Nail, the man who didn't birth me. He had part of it. He'd raised me. Grandpa said defense won that game for Fresno State. Okay, Grandpa. All right. I told you, grandparents tuned into the game. My parents did not. Everin Ayik. I was at the game. All right. And in Hawaii student section. Oh, it was a tense time. I could imagine. And I thought we saw on television, we saw the Fresno State section, and I thought our section was pretty full. We did a good job showing up to the island. I was impressed. Go Dogs. Rob Brown 3. Any win on the island is a good win. I think you're going to hear a lot of true emotion about playing football on the island in these from the Red Wave. R. Harris, the win made it worth staying up. Here's a story for you. I stayed up watching the game as well. And yes, the win made it worth it. Because I don't think this game ended till about 12:30 a.m. our time. Derek says we had a good presence on the island. And I believe, Derek, did it rain a little bit? I think it rained a little bit. So I'm staying up. I put my 3-year-old down at about 8 o'clock. Right? Hopefully he falls asleep by 8:30. Hopefully before that. But he woke up. He still sleeps with the pull-up on. Peed through his pull-up. Woke up at 11:30. He watched the remainder of the game with me, and then we fell asleep on the couch. And it was a long and uncomfortable night of sleep. However, it took me back to the days of pulling all-nighters with the boys. Now I'm doing it with my 3-year-old. Great time. Wouldn't want to do it with anybody else. It did rain for sure. Okay. Yes. Big 30 Germ. I'm just happy we won. Bulldog Nation, born ready, humble thyselves. Jonathan Woodard. Refs were horrible, but still too many mistakes for the Dogs. Winning is great. Lots of work left. Refs were horrible. I don't want to complain, but they were bad. Diego Hunting Slugs, happy to never play a game there again. That place is cursed for us. I believe there's nothing in the books. I'm sure we'll play against Hawaii again. For entertainment value, I would love to play against Hawaii again. But for my heart and our record, let's stay away. But I think we finished 500 on the island since the beginning of time, since we're playing them. I think that win put us at 500 overall. We need to talk through that lateral pass situation for the Hawaii touchdown. Yes, Tim, we can talk about it. It was a forward pass. That it was not lateral, and I would say it wasn't even, and it was not, definitely wasn't backwards. It was a forward pass. And the scoop and score should have never existed. Terrible call. And We fight through it. We have to fight through adversity. And we did that. I went back and rewatched it, and I saw some people posting it on social media as well. Clearly a forward pass. It wasn't even close. What? But can't change it. Glad we got the win. There is a problem, though, with when refs completely change the game, and it's not just our game that this happened. It happened in an SEC game, I believe. And I saw Josh Pate talking about this. There's a huge problem with college football referees. And something has to change, whatever that is. Now, I tend to think that because we are leaving, there's some bad blood. And my conspiracy theory is that the top administrators in the Mountain West said, find a way to screw over all the teams that are leaving. And you will be fairly compensated. It's a conspiracy theory, but as the Mountain West season progresses, I'm going to be keeping my eyes on the teams leaving and how they get screwed by the refs. Definitely a forward pass. It was a forward pass. I agree. Yeah. If you haven't seen it, go watch a video. Look, it's on X. You could go rewatch the highlights on YouTube. It was a forward pass. Cody Benbow, defense played great. Need to get O-linemen moving in the run game. Too many penalties. Yes. I agree with I agree with everything. I agree with all those statements. What resonates with me is getting the O-lineman moving in the running game. Very stagnant. Snap the ball, stand straight up. We're not going anywhere. I was reminded again, Sosa, thank you for the repost. I was reminded about this yesterday. So this is my first time back playing fantasy football for the NFL in 2 years. And I drafted Ashton Jainty in one of my leagues. I'm in 2 leagues. I drafted Ashton Jainty. I like Ashton Jainty. He's a great football player. And don't turn off the stream, but I'm a Raiders fan. And you could feel bad, say a prayer for me at least. But I sat Jainty for the past 2 weeks. And it was the right move. But I saw a stat. Ashton Jainty has been hit at or behind the line of scrimmage in 57% of his carries. At or behind the line of scrimmage. That's what happens when your O-line gets stood up. And that's what it looked like against Hawaii. We got hit at the line of scrimmage or behind the line of scrimmage, and you're not going to have a successful running game. You can't. You just can't. Unless you have a freak like Saquon or Jonathan Taylor that can hurdle over someone backwards while spinning, it's not going to happen. So we have to get the O-line moving in the right direction forward. Or maybe we need to run outside the tackles more, have a pulling guard, clear the way, something. Because it wasn't working against Hawaii. Now, luckily, passing game held up, and EJ was very efficient, and I thought led the way to a win. Let me head over to X and get your guys's this guy, bro, early. Yes. I'm telling you, my wife said you have to do it in the morning because I need you after work. Okay. Sidelines Fresno State. How about them dogs, baby? How about them dogs? 4-1. Didn't mention that. We're 4-1. Cougar Steel. Offense needs to get it together. Defense played lights out. And actually, surprisingly, this is the first time we brought it up on the episode. 30 minutes in, kicker was hung over. Yes. Oh, and hashtag go dongs. It's still alive. Dylan Lynch had a bad game. Let's talk about that because we have not yet tried to get that out of my mind. Dylan Lynch went 1 for 4 on field goals, 2 for 2 on extra points, but 1 for 4 from kicking field goals. A long of 27, I believe. Did he miss a 26-yarder, I believe, and a 40-something yarder? We got to be better. You knock in 3 more field goals. Well, it's a completely different ball game. And all of a sudden, we win by 11 points. The game's not close at the end, and we're not worrying about it. We have to be able to knock those through. He was very clutch against Oregon State, and he used it all. He used it all up. We have to be better. I mean, we just there's not much more to say than that. We just have to be better, and we will be, and he will be. I expect him to stay late after practice, kicking field goals. We have to be efficient running the ball. We have to be efficient on special teams, especially on special teams, because the style of play that we have that with running the ball, we're going to be in close football games. We have to knock in our field goal. Have to. Oh, good question, Tim. Lynch's percentage from the right versus left hash. This was the first game that I wasn't paying attention. I have to be honest, because he knocked in the game winner against Oregon State from the left hash. And I thought, it's over. The left hash curse is gone. We're making them from the left hash. And so I quit paying attention. And especially with the blowout of Southern, wasn't paying attention. And this, good question, Tim. We need to go back. James, I can forgive his missed 54-yarder when he got iced, but no excuse for the other two. I agree. I think it was there was a 40-something yarder he missed and a 26-yarder he missed. And then the 54-yarder. I'll go back and rewatch and start to keep this stat to beginning of the season. Okay, thanks, Tim. Yeah, let me know. Tag me, post it on X, and then tag me in it, and I'll repost it, and we can get everybody on board. So if you don't know, for the past, I want to say 4 or 5 years, we have been really poor from the left hash. Our kicking room has been very poor from the left hash. And we used to talk about it a lot. I was not paying attention this game to what hash we missed from. But I do remember Dylan punched in the game winner from the left hash against Oregon State. I do remember that. All right, back to you guys. Chosen. LFG. Let's effing go. A little too close, but always expect that against Hawaii. 7-Eleven Spam Masubi. I believe this is a Hawaii fan. Hawaii's offense might be the worst in all of FBS. Portland State held them to 23 points. Offense looked horrible. I actually like compared to the defense, Hawaii offense is not that great. I thought Hawaii's defense looked very good, and you're not going to win many games scoring 21 points. You're going to have to score more than that. I will say this. The Fresno State defensive game plan was a good one, and you're probably going to get that. Hawaii's probably going to get that exact plan for the rest of the season. They're going to put a ton of pressure on Alejado because he's been banged up since game one. They're going to come after him, and he's mobile. So you're going to have to keep a spy on him, and so he's going to get hit all the time. But I like Alejado. I like Ashlock, your wide receiver. He's good. Your big running back, Sims, he's good. And I think like there's potential that Hawaii could make a run at. I mean, they could. Let's not get don't get hasty. Hawaii may not make a run, but they could cause some problems in the Mountain West. I think I don't know what Hawaii's schedule looks like, but I could see Hawaii taking it to UNLV and Boise State, causing problems there. I like what I see, and I think the future is very bright for Hawaii, by the way. I think since Hawaii's going to run the Mountain West. I do. Eric Waller, good morning, man. Yo, never been in here live, but been a fan of your channel ever since I went to Fresno State, and now that I'm graduated, still love watching your channel. Keep doing what you're doing. God bless. Eric, that means a ton. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. And thanks for tuning in, man. Welcome to the live stream. Lou Hewitson says, thank God the ridiculous, quote, backwards pass, unquote, didn't bite us in the end. Just a footnote now. We are 4-1. Thomas Holt, defense is looking good. Offense runs need to be more creative. I agree. I agree. 68% run on first down. They know it's coming. Get outside the tackles. Yes, Thomas, thank you. Also, fix the stupid penalties. Yeah, not wrong, Thomas. Not wrong. Yeah, I'd like to see some outside zone runs. I wouldn't mind seeing, like a what they call a jet touch pass to wide receiver on the outside. Let's mix it up a little bit. If what Thomas says is true, we'll run the ball 68%. We'll run the ball 68% of the time on first down. They know it's coming. Which, there's the other side of this conversation is that's okay, right? They're going to know we want to run the ball. Just are we successful doing it? We got to be better at it. George Crawford, defense showed up, man. Best and most importantly, most consistent I have seen with this defense so far. Offense wasn't anything great, mainly O-line not getting any push or opening holes for our running game. Too many turnovers, but EJ did look good and comfortable. Love the win. Ricky J, another instant classic. But I never want to see this team travel to the cursed islands ever again. My heart can't take another game like that. Yes, I agree, Ricky. Curtis Haar wasn't pretty, but anyone on the island is huge. Defense was amazing. I think everybody across the board is impressed with the defense. He continues, not sure what to make of Lynch. With Ence's style, got to make your field goals. Yes. But EJ, Curtis, I caught you. You said Mikey, but I got you. EJ. But EJ controlled the offense well when the run game was not as productive. Jared, awful TV coverage for this game. What a joke. Mountain West app was terrible. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, I can't say. Look, I'm just happy there was coverage, but I mean, I said in the beginning, we got to figure out this TV coverage. Now, granted, this is the last season of it, so hopefully the Pac-12 has something better. But if the Pac-12 has a deal with the CW, and we saw what happened with the CW last time against Oregon State, we just have to spend the time, make it better. There's got to be some young college football fans that are good with app design and app creativity and able to code it to where everybody can get on it. It's easy to run. There's got to be a way to find those guys that are willing to do it. I'm not one of them. Sorry. I just clicked the record button. That's all I know. I spent most of my life on a tractor. Sorry. Tim says KIL 53 needs to start local coverage. I agree. I think we need to, Learfield, who Fresno State is contracted with, we need to look into a local, I don't know if we can with the conference deal that they have with their whoever's got their viewership rights. Remember that deal? I don't know how we can work around it, but we need to figure it out. Jared, I'll continue. I didn't finish. Having said that, it was great to wrap up this rivalry with a win on the island. Also, what we finished this rivalry. It's probably the best rivalry. Not gonna lie. If you look at the way games play out and just the overall record of this rivalry, it's probably one of the best. We don't have a trophy, right? We have a made-up trophy, the Golden Screwdriver. It's not legit. We went this whole time without a trophy. I think that's sad. We need a trophy. Thomas O'Gannon, I stayed up till 2:30 to watch this game. How I'm going to sleep last minute had my heart racing. How am I going to sleep last minute? Had my heart racing. LOL. Yes. Game on over here, I believe, ended around 12:30, and I was up till about 1:15 recovering. Randy Bowler, a win is a win, especially on the island. But WTF, Lynch? WTF, refs? Yankee fan 52. Lynch will be the happiest guy on the plane back home. Yes. Jesus, Dave G. had. I'm going to miss the wild games on the islands. Wish them well. Robert Polvido, goodbye and good riddance to Hawaii and that island and their refs. Cam, exciting game until I had to turn it off at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Game started too late. Glad this was the last one for a while. I agree. David S., that was a big win. I'm sure most of us penciled that in as a loss when the schedule came out. Oh, I don't think I would have to go back and look at what I thought, but and what I said. Agua de Maracoya, need better offensive scheme. Valley of the Dogs, finishing this up. We'll run through this. He's got a gif of Clint Eastwood standing in the rain, just looking like he's been through it. That bourbon guy, sloppy offensive plays. We couldn't get the run game going, but overall, our defense won that game for us. I will take the win, but hope we can clean it all up for next week. Fresno's finest defense played physical. Richie Rich, entertaining game. I think it was the most entertaining game. One of the most entertaining games in the weekend slate. A Burgee, happy to have the last official laugh. Aloha to some of the worst fans. Oh, man. In college football, let them go be snobs in other cities. The Hawaii fans I've met were nice. I like them. I don't know what you guys went through on the island. Drip dropping. Defense looked real good until the very last series. After missing 3 field goals in a row, you'd probably be thinking going for it on 4th down now. Always tough for Dogs in Hawaii, so I'm happy. Thank you, everybody, for responding. That was all of you. There's a point. He's got a point about going for it on 4th down after missing a ton of field goals. Let's take Dylan's going to have to take this week and get a lot better. More consistent. And then Tim's going to find out for us the left versus right hash deal, see where he's struggling and then we'll send it to Dylan and tell him, all right, man, we need you to start kicking from the left hash. Okay, player of the game and play of the game. I think the play of the game is easy. Play of the game was definitely Kavion Thunderbird pick 6. Player of the game. Who do we give it to? Do we give it to EJ? Or do we give it to a defensive player? Do we give it to Kavion? Led the team in tackles or total tackles. And he had that pick 6. I'm going to leave player of the game to you guys. It's a toss-up for me between EJ. I thought he did well managing and controlling the game, made some great throws. He fit the ball in tight windows. No interceptions. I'm not holding that fumble against him. That was a terrible call. Or was it Kavion Thunderbird? Did he do enough? Or was it Simeon Harris? I really liked what I saw from Simeon Harris. Comment down below your player of the game. I think play of the game is obviously the pick 6 by Thunderbird. Or was it Alzillian Hamilton's pick? I got to make a decision. I'm going with EJ. And Derek's going with EJ too. I'm going to go with EJ and play of the game, Kavion Thunderbird, pick 6. Okay. Did I miss anything? What else? What else happened in this Hawaii game that we need to talk about, if anything? If I missed something, comment down below your thoughts on it all. I'm running to the team stats really quick. So we were 7 for 14 on third down. We had 8 penalties for 87 yards. And we won the battle of the time of possession by 20 seconds. Great game. What a great game. Got to clean up penalties. I think what are we taking from this game? I think we got better. I think that we are learning how to win close games. I think we are mentally tough, which I love. All about mental toughness. We were in the right places. I think the coaches had the right scheme in place. Oh, Mendoza D. Yes, good point. Braden Walton getting injured was big. There was somebody else too, right? I was thinking about Walton. Yeah. Braden Walton, the freshman left tackle. Hoping he's okay. It could be big for us. We'll see what happens. Keep an eye on that left tackle position. We're gonna have to stay strong on the O-line. Next man up. And then cutting down penalties. I think we got to cut down penalties. Where can we learn from this? Where can we get better from this game? Penalties. We got to get better. We got to get more discipline, and we got to be able to push the D-line. We got to be, if we're going to be a run-first team, we have to be able to run for over 100 yards a game. We have to. Injuries for sure. Yeah. Not getting out, not leaving the island healthy is a big bummer. Okay. I'm going to drink my coffee and get ready for work. Thank you guys so much. Short plug here really quick. I do business insurance. If you have a business, you need insurance, let me know. You got farm, restaurant, towing, because towing is a mess right now. I understand. Let me know. I'm happy to take care of. You just want another set of eyes to see if what you got is best for you. I'm just happy to look at it I'll just look at it. Don't need to turn anything over to me. Also, there'll be a link in the description to support the show. It goes straight to if you make it's like a donation deal. It goes straight to the podcast. We're saving up for more merch for the pod. And that link will be in the description. And then my other thing, something that you can do for me is call somebody. Oh, yes, Derek. Yes. Don't forget to come see us in the Green V section. Yes, Derek is in the Green V section. When you're at the game, go stop. I'm going to stop by. I know, Derek, I will. When I'm there, I will come and stop by. But you as well, if you're not in the Green V section, go see Derek. Let him know that you're part of the community of Boer Bulldogs podcast. Go see Derek. They have a great time in there. I haven't been over there yet. I have to be honest. I need to get over there. And I'm gonna this next game. I'm getting there. Because I actually have tickets to this next game. But go say hi to Derek. Derek, thank you for having me back, man. Appreciate it. The last thing from me, tell one person about the show. Find somebody in your contacts that you haven't talked to in a while, and just call them. Have a conversation with them. I think community is key. And if use this as a community. If you need somebody to talk Fresno State with, find somebody in the live chat, DM me, DM some of these people. Everyone here is a great person. And we all have something in common. I think that's something that people are looking for, especially in today's culture where it's so divisive. We all here love one another first and foremost, and we can all relate through Fresno State. So that's why I appreciate the Boer Bulldogs crew, because I know people on here and we don't agree on other things outside of Fresno State. And guess what? We're still good friends. I love that. And I'm happy to talk to them. So find somebody in your contacts on your phone, call them today, talk to them, and spend some time with your kids and your wives and your husbands. That's what I'm going to go do now that my 3-year-old is up. So I appreciate it. Love you guys. Appreciate you. And as always, go Dogs.